Because to be together, you have to sacrifice like a lot of different things. And I'm saying most of the time, personal agendas.
Welcome to the Created to Be podcast. We're back for another week. I'm one of your hosts, Bethany Pygott, joined by my husband, Justin.
Hello, yo.
And Darius is here with us today.
I'm back. I'm back and ready to go.
Yes, we're going to talk about some great stuff today that I know that you'll have input on, Darius. So we're glad that you could be here for us. Last week, we had Scott Nicholson as a guest who's on our FCA staff here, serves the football team, and just chatted about his journey to come here to convert from an Ole Miss fan to the Mississippi State football chaplain. And now him and his family are Bulldog through and through.
The second conversion. It was good.
Come on now.
Yeah. And just ending on that last episode, we kind of barely touched on team cohesion and the triangle of trust. So we're going to talk more about that today towards the end of the podcast. But anyway, Darius, you've been blowing and going with the various responsibilities you have outside of FCA. So you just got back from a trip, right?
Just got back from Orlando, Florida. Had a great time. Got a chance to go to a place, Disney Springs.
Yeah. Yep.
And it was really, really, really nice.
Where'd y'all eat?
So, man, what was the name of that place? I can't think of it.
We took Shay and Jeremiah there.
I think so.
And ate, and I remember it having some unique menu items, but I can't.
An Italian place, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was very nice.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was called either.
I can't think of the name of that place, but it was really good. What made me decide, they had this thing, donuts. They had this thing, donuts and chicken. Like you could,
kind of like chicken and waffles, or no?
It was kind of like chicken and waffles.
Okay.
With a donut.
Okay.
And on the side, and with the mashed potato, and they had like a syrup. You put it all together. Like you supposed to, but of course me, I
did you eat it separate? Okay.
Did you make like a donut sandwich?
I didn't. I could have, but I didn't. Now the closest thing I did was cut some of the chicken and the donut and dipped it in the syrup and ate it together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now they said I'm supposed to put the potatoes all with it, but it was a nice restaurant, laid back. Me and Santana went, and this is a very busy week. It's a church conference, but it's very busy. But we took Monday off, just me and her, to spend some time. And so we went to Disney Springs. I never heard of Disney Springs. I heard of Disney World, Walt Disney, but to go there, I was like, man, it was a lot. And one of the things that was really cool, I don't know if y'all ever heard of Level 99. It's a place. It's like so just think of a big place full of games, like an escape room. It's full of games, and all games are kind of somewhat like an escape room. And so you would have loved it. Like y'all would have loved it, because it's really, you could take your family and enjoy, because every room has a different game. So like, I'll give you an example. One room that we went in, the screen says shades of purple. And so every square on the ground, you got to step on a square that is a shade of purple. You get what I mean? And if you step on a square that's not, you lose points. And you only it's based on a time limit.
You fall through the floor.
We would have fell through the floor. That would have been it for me. But it was very competitive. It's a team game. Like one game they had, me and Santana both got to see our ability to kind of throw, pitch, because you got to throw the ball in the circle while the thing is going around. And yeah, I would not be good at that. We were not that good. And then one game, you step into a box and you describe what you're seeing, and the person outside of the box has to press the picture of what you're seeing.
Oh, that's cool.
Something like, so it was a bunch of games like that, things you having to work together. And that was really, it was really fun, because I didn't want to go. I was tired. I'm like, and she was like, come on. And I was like, okay. And
the adventure getting you out.
And the best thing, look, I enjoyed myself.
That's good.
So that was really good. But we had a great time. Being in Orlando, I'm glad to be at home. The last month and a half, I just been going. And so to be able to be back home, and like now starting to kind of get settled.
Does youth ministry really have much of a break? I feel like
well, I'm going to say this. So for me, it's not, what's been different is I'm serving in different youth ministries.
Right.
So of course my local church, then I do, we got a regional thing, and then we have a national. So the things that I've done were literally regional, local, and the national.
Yeah.
So, but like coming back now, there is some things that, of course, we're working on to do with our local assembly, and it's really, like you said, not necessarily a break as much. I would say it's kind of like a halftime. You know, you in the game, but it's like a halftime. And the reason why, because you got to think with youth that I feel like if you don't give them something to do and make sure that you're being attentive to them,
Right.
that's how they start getting
In trouble.
Yeah, I mean,
Getting in a mess.
yeah. And so
Yeah, because I think, with the college schedule, they just leave and go home. But like the youth camps and all that stuff that's available during the summer for those kids, it's like, unless we're working a camp like that, there at least is like some like legitimate downtime where there's really not a ton going on. There's always stuff going on. But so we've had a little bit of a break, which kind of is what we've been up to, taking advantage of a little bit of the downtime before things ramp up. We were talking to Darius before we got on today that we decided to do a paint project in our house, and Darius, you asked what motivated this.
Yes, I want to know.
And Justin immediately looked at me.
I want to know. I want to know.
Yeah.
Yes, dear.
We want to
Yes,
know.
dear.
We
We will
wanna
paint the house.
know.
Yes, dear. It really was one of those things where Justin's going to, his job with FCA is going to look different, and he's going to step into a new opportunity. So it was like this realization of that transition's going to come soon, like September 1st. And I have just been looking at our house, and like we've known we really need to paint just to make it a more like peaceful, enjoyable space. Is like what. And I got on a phone call that I get on every couple of weeks with some other ladies, and one of the ladies was sharing a story about her son interviewing for a job, and she said something like the job where he's interviewing is in this hotel for this restaurant, and it was like a really beautiful place. And she was like, because just when you're around something pretty, like it just does something for you.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm writing that down because we're about to start all this. And I said, let me tell Justin this today. And so that's what it was just this realization of like, I felt like a now or never moment. Like we're either going to knock this out because we don't have a ton of stuff scheduled right now, or this will probably not happen. And it took you a few days before you were like, okay. Cause we have all the kids at home. So
Yeah.
just, it's a lot to look at, like the scale of what we're trying to do and the time frame. And then the kids were helpful, but then like they, tired out and
Quickly.
yeah. So, and we knew that would happen because that's just the nature of it. But
then you get to working on it and you're like, oh man, there's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of things we didn't realize. And there's a lot of wall care and trim and galore. It's just a lot.
yeah.
Well, I want to say, like, just y'all expressing that, like, now I'm at home. I mean, now I'm thinking about when I go home, like, Santana, I think this could use a facelift.
Yeah.
I believe, like, is it not amazing how you can literally being a place you've always been and just change one little thing and you feel like it's a whole new.
I mean, I sit in these rooms now and I'm like, I actually feel peaceful in here.
Yeah,
like it doesn't feel so chaotic.
We got an older house too, and so you got some, it's level in some spots, not level in some spots.
Like when I was hanging this wallpaper, I was like, why is this on this side of the window? Why is this bottom piece not matching it? And I was like, I bet the window's crooked. Like, so it's throwing my paper off because everything else is lined up. So it should line up. So just stuff like that you're like, great, I've never done this before. I got to figure this out. Or like the first day. So growing up, we would have houses that needed care and work. And this was another point that I was making to Justin is oftentimes I feel like, at least in my case, we would definitely, it would be nice and livable for sure. But like any cosmetic type stuff or whatever was always right before we sold it. So you don't get to like enjoy the upgrades, of what you did, even if it's not like thousands of dollars, but just, a little bit of a facelift. And so I was pretty motivated by that. I was like, if we're going to fix this at some point, like I'd rather enjoy it,
Yeah.
But so we never would like caulk the baseboards or anything like that I remember growing up. Like you tape stuff, sure, but I don't remember that being ever part of the equation. Maybe my dad did it. I don't know. But we decided, I've seen this all over Instagram. So I was like, okay, we got to like caulk everywhere, which I'm glad we did because we had lots of little gaps everywhere. But that first day, I didn't even watch a video on how to do this. I just was like, oh, you just press the button. not press button, even like lever thing. And then it comes out. I had caulk going everywhere. I mean, just
Wow.
like all out the gun. I was like, this is a mess. And I was like, my son Eli was helping me specifically. And I was like, we're going to figure this out. I just trust that the more we do this, I'll like get the feel for it. And we did eventually. But yeah, lots of learning curves. And then we found wallpaper that had been painted over that we didn't know was there. So we had to fix all that. And
Yeah, it's a fun surprise. You are the
Yeah.
queen of caulk now, though. So
yeah,
good job.
I can do it with my eyes closed.
Good job.
Hey, come on now.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, you never know what's in that bag. And so everybody that needs wallpaper put up,
No, not wallpaper.
Bethany just let us know her and Justin is in the painting and the facelifting of house
A
business.
lot of them listening might be like, "What is wallpaper?"
Oh, yeah, true. That's hilarious. Yeah, well, it looks much better in there. So
It does.
we're thankful for that. So like I said, last time we talked about how athletes coming in, or, I mean, we really compared it to even marriage because Mary Ashley just got married and, I had touched base with her.
Congrats.
And so that like kind of made me think of some like, oh, yeah, now that she's, married and her and her husband went to the store and she was just like, this grocery shop experience was different, like compared to like what I would do if I just came by myself. And so that made me think about like for people who are now on these teams that have transitioned into Mississippi State athletics, like how do they, or even coaches or whoever, like these teams spend so much time together. It's a crazy amount of hours. And sometimes bigger rosters, you can maybe feel like you almost meet someone new every day. But for some of these smaller rosters, it's like, how do they have the tolerance, honestly, to be around each other that much for that? I mean, it's a lot, right?
Yeah.
And so anyway, so we started talking about like living life in close quarters, which is comparable to marriage, obviously, because you're like seeing each other all the time. So we talked about that. But the stretch today that kind of relates to that is personality tests. Y'all know about some personality tests, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know any of the, like, I wanted to see which ones just offhand you've taken or about?
Now, this is a Justin session because
I've done one recently called the Working Genius,
Okay. That's on my list.
which
Very
is
good.
really good, really easy.
Didn't we all do that as a staff? You
We
had us take it?
did. We did. And it kind of helps you really find your lane, really some things that you really like and enjoy in areas that you just are not as good in, and that's okay, but what you bring to the team.
Okay. So do you remember any of what the geniuses are? There's 6.
Yeah. Oh, man. One was, oh my gosh. I gotta think. Say one for me.
Wonder.
Wonder.
I might have given you the easiest one.
Yeah.
Galvanizing.
Galvanizing. I was a galvanizer and a, what was the T?
Tenacity.
Tenacity. E is something.
No, enablement.
Enablement. What are the other ones? You got them.
Invention and discernment.
There you go.
he
I like how he
would
said he
say-
knew some and he asked for clues on each.
Yeah, that's really bad.
But when he got through though, he was so close though. He was like, "This won't start with an E. One starts with a T."
I know that's bad.
Elemental P.
And so ideally with the Working Genius is you don't want a team to have
All the
their
same.
top 2 be the same. You don't want a bunch of GEs or GTs or whatever, how you want to mix it in, but you want people with different skill sets so you can just have a better overall team.
Yeah.
Be diverse in that space.
Do y'all do any like spiritual gifts tests at your church?
So we have done one, but that was not at my church. It was actually at my job.
Okay.
But the I guess the crazy thing about it is a lot of people that work with me go to church with me. So it was a little. We did it at the job, but it was for the church.
Oh, okay. I see.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I did a few years ago got into some material called Discover Your God-Given Gifts, and we did that with our student leaders. It's very thorough. And that
Spiritual gifts test, that was the top 7 gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what are your top 7? How do you see the world
Yeah.
from? What do you see, like how do you view the world?
It's like motivational gifts in Romans.
Yes.
And they just test for those. So that was really
pretty
helpful
awesome.
material for us. But some of the other ones that you might have heard of are the DISC assessment.
Oh, the DISC test. I've taken that before.
Yeah. Dominance, influence, steadiness, conscientiousness. That's a hard word to say.
you did good.
Well, there's another one called what? Myers-Briggs? Something like that?
Myers-Briggs, type indicator.
Okay.
See, I told you this was a Justin section.
No.
I know this.
This focuses on how people think, process information, and make decisions.
Okay.
It creates 16 personality types. And so, yeah, that's one that's pretty common, Enneagram. This is what made me think to talk about this, because I walked into women's basketball practice and they had on the wall everybody's like all the Enneagrams listed, and then what players and what staff are that number. And so, anyway, but that's, that's pretty popular. The 9 types are the reformer, the helper, the achiever, the individualist, the investigator, the loyalist, the enthusiast, the challenger, and the peacemaker. And it's popular because it helps explain why people behave the way they do, not just how they behave. Another one that I knew of that we've taken that's been around for a while, it's called Clifton Strengths, but it was formerly called Strengths Finders.
Oh, yeah. Strengths Finder.
And that was back in the day.
Yeah.
Darius, you know about this one?
This is not my session, but I am actually listening though, because I think some of this is I
not
need
my
to.
session.
Yeah, and some of this I need to know about, because I'm like,
We need to make you take all these tests.
well, because I feel like if with me working with teams,
yeah.
I feel
for
like
sure.
if I had done this, it would help me to understand.
It helps you understand your people a little bit.
Well, let me
bit,
help.
yeah.
Let me help you out, okay?
Okay.
Because then that way you don't have to like sort through all of these. I just Googled which one is the most popular or the most used. That's what I Googled top 3 most used personality tests, and I'm going to give you those in a second. But I have to tell you, there is one personality test called the Big 5.
The Big 5. Oh, the Big 5.
The Big 5.
Yeah, so, oh, goodness.
We told this story
Go back
on
to
one
the
of the
South
episodes.
Africa trip. Yeah, one of our trip
It's the one
podcasts.
where Darius said we should all. The woman was speaking American.
Oh,
It's
speaking
that-
American.
I'm pretty sure it's that episode. But yeah, we talked about our trip to South Africa and how
The
Justin
Big
at
5
Customs,
animals. Yeah.
we had a picture, piece of art with the Big 5, and so he was like,
Trying to get through customs and nervous and
he's like,
wreck.
what do you have?
What are you
And-
bringing with you? And I'm like,
The Big 5.
Big 5. Oh, jeez. Let's
So
move
anyways,
on.
I
Let's
thought
move
that was
on.
funny, but I have to tell you, that's one I had not heard of, and I have to mention it because apparently it's a big deal. The top 3 most used personality tests, Myers-Briggs. So that's, it's extremely popular for team building
Okay.
and career coaching.
That's Myers-Briggs.
Yes. Okay, you got it?
Gotcha.
All right, the Big 5. This might be Justin's test he needs to use. Measures openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and I don't know how to say this word, guys.
Neuroticism?
Perfect.
Nice.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell y'all this before we go on. Justin is so impressive. He
If
is
that's
an
right, if
impressive
that's right,
person.
somebody might be
no,
like, dude.
No, that's right.
Look,
and
the
if
sad
I'm gonna
part
say
is-
this, if it's not right, we're gonna make that right.
This is just it. This is the standard.
Yeah, this is the new standard now.
So what's funny about that, side note, total tangent here, when we first homeschooled, or when we first got our kids in school and decided on the education route for our kids, we were in part-time homeschool, part-time school, and a classical model. He really should have been the one that was the co-teacher at home,
I know
not
it.
me. And I was the one that was co-teaching.
He is very intellectually smart.
Know if I agree with that at all.
Okay. Anyways, I told you it was a tangent.
Way more structured than I am.
Favored by researchers for its high validity and reliability. So we might need to check into that one. This one I had never heard of, which I hadn't heard of the Big 5 either, but that's kind of feels similar to the others. Okay, Minnesota multiphasic. How do you say that?
I don't know.
Multifaceted.
Maybe.
No, not facet. Anyways, because it's talking about phases. Multi-phase. I'm going to say multi-phase. Personality inventory. So this
phasic.
is a comprehensive true-false 567 question test used to identify clinical personality traits.
I'm out. 567 questions?
Yeah, for hiring high-stakes jobs like the police. So, anyway, so seeing if there's depression, paranoia, schizophrenia, things like that. Anyways, that's on that list too, which I had never heard of that at all. But anyways, Big 5 Myers-Briggs. Apparently those might be, if you're looking for one to do with your teams, Darius.
What did those things measure again?
Like depression, schizophrenia, I don't know how to say the other
I
ones.
might have those things after I take the test.
Antisocial tendencies.
Hypochondriac.
Yeah.
Nice. There we
Okay.
go.
So, but I guess, I mean, it makes sense you would need something to measure for some of those, really intense jobs.
It'll pull some things out if you
Yeah,
make somebody answer 567 questions.
Yeah, totally. So anyways, just fun. I'd be interested to know what people have used and what has worked for their teams. I don't know that I've seen, honestly, I've taken several of these, and I don't know that I've ever seen someone or experienced someone like use them in a way that incorporates them for the long haul. Like it might be like this pop-up thing you do as a team, and then you're kind of like, okay, everybody's kind of this, and this, and then you move on.
I'm using it.
What do you mean?
I'm using these.
You are? Like,
yes.
but how would you use it though? Like with your staff? Like throughout the year?
Well, this is what I feel like. So with the different ones that I've heard y'all talk about, I feel like there's different ways you can use them. Like one can be used to express, first of all, what type of personalities that you have in the room. All right. And then there's another one I believe you can use at another point to kind of express what is the capacity of shiftiness. Remember, like when we did the adventure one, and we was like, well, I'm not adventurous, but it's like, so then it gives you a measuring stick of, okay, this is what this person is, but this is where they have the potential to or the openness to be. You get what I'm saying? So, and then I feel like you could also do them, I mean, seasonally or year by year as transitions happen. Hey, well, let's go back. And then you don't have to do the same one, or if you do the same one, you could do it a different way. But I'm just looking at, I wonder, because I was thinking about how unsuccessful have I been because I didn't do this. Because it's almost like you're trying to put a circle in a square. Yeah. Or a square in a circle.
And some people are more self-aware than others and kind of know, but I think it also helps with it should theoretically help with self-awareness. So if you're in a position where you're helping someone brainstorm or evaluate their position and what their goals are, then those things could play a factor. But if you're the only one bringing that, like if you've done the personality test
and somebody else has,
and I'm the one that is like knows your results, but you're not really paying attention to the results, like I don't know that that'd be super successful.
Gotcha.
But if I'm aware of your results and you are wanting to like, you acknowledge like, yeah, this is how I operate and have a humility about it, like you could go somewhere with it.
See, can I be honest?
Yeah, you can be honest.
I can be honest. Sometimes when we've done these tests, I sense that people were not honest. Because it's almost like you're going to have to accept a reality about you that is not so popular.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like we've done this and somebody's reeling off their answers and you're like, Are you talking about you?
Are the same person? You're okay.
It's like I hear your answer, but I'm like, are
my
you
experience
sure?
of you is a little different.
Are you taking somebody else's test?
So that's, I mean, I say that because I think that kind of plays into even what you just said.
Yeah, I just think that you have to have a growth mindset if you're going to really actually use these things, because there's going to be a lot of times there's a positive and negative of each thing. Like I think about this one on the Enneagram is woo, and it's winning people over. Okay. So it's really great in social situations where maybe you are in something like what we're doing and you set up at like, say, a preview day and there's these students and there's parents coming by and you want to be like, y'all should come check out FCA, blah, blah, blah. You know,
got to put your woos at the table.
Yeah, you want your woo people up there. But sometimes the negative part is like maybe those people aren't really, I mean, I'm not saying every woo person is like this, but depending on what their other personality types are, like they might not be super authentic all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So like it's just,
and a real person can sift right through that. Yeah, and it can be discouraging. Right. Or like it could not, I don't want to say discouraging, but it could be it can encourage disengagement. It's like you're not serious.
But if you as the supervisor, leader, whatever, knows this person has, and they know this and they know this is the positive and negative of this personality, then you can talk through and they can grow to become like a mature
More-
version
yes,
of that.
of that,
But
yeah.
if not, and there's like, everybody just likes me, like
Yeah.
it's just, but that goes with every single gift. Like, I don't think it's just that
Well-
one, but that one's kind of an extreme, like an easy example of that. 'Cause
Well, I
it's-
was always taught this: with every advantage, there's a disadvantage,
yeah,
and it's just the reality.
reality.
Well,
Yeah.
you were talking about how we do these tests and then we don't use them further. Like we don't incorporate them into other things. And I feel like I've used it to a point where it gives me, like, if it helps me know, okay, why do I have a certain rub with somebody?
Right, for sure.
And so, and then it helps me discover if it's me, if it's them, it's probably both of us, but why that rub's happening. And so for conflict resolution, it's great use.
Yeah.
And for future conflicts, because there's always going to be conflicts. It's just a part of it. So it helps in these hard conversations to go back to it, refer back to it. Now, I probably could have looked back at those personality test results and could have taken some of the information better of like, here's how you would talk to somebody about this or that. And that would be helpful. But I think it is, it's definitely been useful to know who you got, what's your team like, and it gives you a whole lot more grace for them and yourself.
Yeah.
I think if you use it effectively, it should. I think it's for a self-aware person willing to go down that road, it should.
Yeah.
So I think it's been great. There's always room to use it a little bit more.
And I think initially when we did spiritual gifts tests, we used that a lot when we were at Mississippi College with FCA. And it was helpful because we were able to actually divide the students into teams to serve FCA ministry. And so it really helped us know who would, like, to help them, put them in a spot that they would enjoy and they would thrive in. I wish I would have used it more in the way that you're talking about it, though, because when things would, inevitably something hit the fan or whatever, like, I wasn't mature enough as a leader to know how to, like, navigate a conflict based on the personality of this, or just some things are just not a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's just someone's personality. And so, like, to be able to know this is just their personality, it's not a big deal,
Y'all are really, y'all helping me. I mean, because I'm sitting here listening, and one thing I have learned to appreciate is honesty about me and my leadership, or the lack thereof. When I, like you said, you wasn't mature enough. Like, so for me to hear that, that's kind of one of those things I can, I really appreciate, because that's something that I'm starting to be able to do in my own life and in my own other circles outside of this. It's like, well, maybe, no, take the maybe out. I didn't handle that right.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were not being disrespectful or even disingenuous. This is their personality.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you take me and I'll use Santana. Santana is, I'm gonna say this, she makes a straight line where I often make circles. So, and I'm saying this because I'm sometimes overly valuing. I'm not trying to crush the person.
Yeah.
With her, it's like, it's not that she's trying to crush the person, but I'm not going to allow you to leave this conversation saying, I don't know what they know. You're going to know exactly. You're going to know.
You're going to know.
Like so, and I'm saying,
I
I've
appreciate
learned
people
it.
like that.
Well, I'm going to say this, over time, I've learned to.
Right.
Because what would happen is some people would leave a conversation thinking, no, Darius feels this way. And I'm like, you didn't get it. And she's like, no, you're a part of them not getting it because you've spent so much time trying to coddle.
And she's being straight
coming
to you.
straight to, so I'm saying, like, now that I'm hearing these different things, and it's kind of like doing this, I feel like whether you are a leader or whether you're somebody that just want to expand yourself as a person, these things kind of give you that ability to do that if you can, like you said, have the openness.
Yeah. And one person that really helped me, I'll shout her out again, but Mary Ashley was a very, like, straight shooter, like, in her communication as an intern.
I can see that.
And and so, but I was like, oh, we can just have a conversation and be like, hey, this was off on this. Hey, like, we're just exchanging information and there's nothing charged about it.
Yeah.
And that was really helpful for me. And I start noticing about other people, like, we just help out from time to time, like, give rides to other people in Abby's class or whatever. And the other day, you're like, do you want us to drop you off at home, or do you want to stay here? And I want them to answer me and tell me what they want. And I told Abby the other day, I said, I appreciate that your friends will just say what they want. Like, yeah, I want to go home right now. Okay, great. And there's
important.
no offense to that. It's like, no, you have a choice, make the choice and let's move on. And so, but there's times where that's still really hard to do, but it's hard, but it gets into one of the things in this Patrick Lencioni's triangle, pyramid of team trust. One of the things is accountability.
Wow.
So we're going to get to that in a second. But one of the things I said on the last podcast is that team cohesion is made up of two parts. Task cohesion, which is obviously what you have to accomplish together as a team. And then social cohesion, basically, do we enjoy one another? And I was thinking about this a little bit more to add to, like I mentioned this on the last podcast, these two things. But I was thinking, I feel like task cohesion is you can think that you have team cohesion because you have good task cohesion, that you can accomplish a lot of things together. So it can appear like we are gelling, but that will only last, unless y'all disagree with me, short term.
No, I am fully agreeing.
So it takes, but then social cohesion is more of like long-term legacy thinking. Like, how long can we complete these tasks in a way where our culture's healthy the whole time? Like, so you can have a project and be like, we're going to knock this out, and you can knock it out. But can we repeat that every year and people have a great time together? It takes a different type of building stuff into the fabric of your team in order to do that. Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense, because I'm going to say this. I've lived it. I've witnessed it. And I'm saying, because sometimes, like, that's why I've even have learned to shift my mindset about what true success is. Like, for me, true success is not just meeting a goal for me anymore. It's about what I become in going after that goal and obtaining that goal. Because I'm like, and I've always somewhat been like this, but it's like, if I win, but it wasn't enjoyable, I don't feel like I won.
Yeah.
And I was a big, Justin will appreciate this, I was a big Shaq and Kobe fan. And this is the thing that was amazing. I liked the Lakers, but you got to understand, when I was coming up, Kobe was my guy. Well, my dad loved Shaq. Shaq was his guy. And I could never understand why we're both liking the Lakers, but we dislike the other player.
That's funny.
Because and this is the thing, they were winning. They won 3 championships back to back, but it was not enjoyable. They were always in the news for what they were, the issues they had off the court, which ultimately led to their demise as far as a teamwork. So it's like, we're winning, but we're not a team. We're not becoming better people. And I'm saying, I used to be amazed. We are literally watching the same game, and we're glad the Lakers winning, but I am sitting over here, I want Kobe to take the last shot. Or he's sitting over there, well, Kobe only can do that because Shaq been, it's right. Like, and so, and even now, like some of the teams I've been a part of, I've seen us do that. It's like, we think because we're working together that we are actually together.
That we're a team, yeah.
And that's not the same. Right. And I'm gonna say this: what I've seen, you accomplish far less than what you actually could become if we were actually together. Because to be together, you have to sacrifice like a lot of different things. And I'm saying most of the time, personal agendas. I can still be on a team.
That's a good point.
I can be on a team and work a personal agenda, and it kind of fits into the overall construct. And we still, like, I'm still can be somewhat selfish, even though what it appears.
Yeah.
So
wow,
I've lived it. Like, and I'm not proud of it, but that's why I say where I am now, I'm appreciating what you're bringing out, because not only is it motivating to where I've wanted to go, but this also gives some context of how to get there.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like this, you have to first identify where the issues are. And it could be different things. Some of it is personalities. Some of it is understanding. Some of it is, okay, I got 4 people that's self-aware, and then I got 8 people that's not. So it's like, this helps identify, and then we can, so.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's good.
That is good.
Darius went on a tear. We could just end the
I'm
podcast
sorry.
right there. No, it's
I mean,
good.
I was just trying to,
I'm like sitting in that, like, let me I'm going to have to re-listen to that for sure.
Which is why winning doesn't cover everything.
No.
right?
Exactly.
Like winning's great. Everybody's great when winning's happening, but loss has really exposed what kind of culture you got, you know?
But then it's also intriguing to me when a team might win a lot and then like now a lot of players can transfer. And I'm not saying this is the only reason, but like it's like even when a team wins a lot and then the whole team doesn't come back, like that's just intriguing to me. I'm like, what's going on? And I'm not referring to any Mississippi State teams. I'm just saying in the grand scheme.
No, that's a real thing, yeah.
Like it's like in any sport, you're like, something must have been going. So I guess it speaks to like, even if that's not someone's number one value or priority, I feel like at some point it becomes that, like that you want to enjoy what you're doing too with the people you're doing with, even if you're like, I mean, because I'm like, yeah, if winning is the goal and the task and you're completing that, but you still feel miserable, like something's missing. And I think it takes, there's a lot of intangible things that make cultures like that, like the social cohesion part. And that's one thing I like. We mentioned 3D coaching with
Jeff Duke.
Yeah. I was going to say doctor. I'm pretty sure he's a doctor.
Dr. Jeff Duke.
Anyways, but he, he talks about coaches have to invest in both of these things and where, you have the fundamentals, but then you also have the relational and psychology part of coaching that you've got to somehow figure out how to like incorporate into your practices so that you get both. Like it's a marriage of both that creates a great team. But this book about the pyramid of trust, it starts with the foundation is trust. So this is where players can admit mistakes, people ask for help, teammates are honest about weaknesses, and no one feels the need to pretend. I feel like if that was just like if you could accomplish just that, that'd be pretty incredible. But that's like the bottom.
Well, I often say, talking about the need to pretend.
No one feels the need.
No one feels the need to pretend.
Yeah, that's like when you have established trust within your team is when these things are true. And that's like the foundation of this pyramid. And then healthy conflict, difficult conversations happen openly. Disagreements are about ideas, not personal attacks. And players can challenge one another respectfully. And I feel like, I don't know if y'all have noticed this in the practices that y'all been a part of, but I feel like this is one thing I hear a lot from coaches is the need, and accountability is on here too, but like the need to challenge each other. And I don't know that I ever was on a team that quite figured that out. So I feel like that's a high bar. Like that's a skill somehow these athletes have to learn, but like, I don't know how they're acquiring that skill. I know that's an expectation, but I don't know how they're like acquiring it unless it's been modeled really well for them.
Well, I'm going to say I think it's going to be extra challenging in today's time because of the movement of the players from one school to another.
Yeah, you don't have any equity with people.
So that, and because of that, you got to think by the time you take the personality of the coach or the culture, it's time to move. like and I'm saying that because when you said that, I did see some of that with I'm gonna shout out a player, Cam Matthews, but he had been here for 4 years, plus he had been him and Coach Jans had, you could tell it was almost like a mirroring of personalities. So the challenging aspect that Coach Jans would give, you also saw Cam Matthews echo in that. Like,
and he also, I'm assuming, I wasn't in practices, but he also like held himself to that.
Yes.
Whatever he might challenge someone else to do.
Right. It was almost to the point where you really couldn't say much to him because he was already. But I'm saying I saw that going to a player and be like, you're not practicing hard. Or
you saw him doing that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or going to, like, I remember a few times Josh would come around and not shoot a shot, and he would say, you got to shoot that.
Yeah.
You got to take, like, what you do. Like, and I'm talking about, like, literally getting upset. Or another player shooting a shot when you can pass it, when you can pass it to Josh for a better shot. And he's like, what are you doing?
Did
you got to
people
pass
respond well to that?
Well, I don't know if you've seen Cam Matthews. But
I walked past him in the hump one time.
He's a very intimidating presence. And one thing I respected about him, though, is because, when you're kind of new, you're like, okay, are you just doing this to us? But no, when we play another team, you could see it's like it was a part of him to instill a level of fear.
Yeah.
in the opponents.
I loved watching him play.
Oh man,
he worked so hard.
I that's why I could tell the first practice I went to, and he wasn't here anymore. You could like I'm talking about when I say it was
amazing.
It was night and day.
Yeah.
Like you don't realize how much, and we look at the X's and O's and the stats, but I'm talking about just
presence.
that presence.
Yeah.
Like it was missing, and then and now because you got a new team. It's like even the new people that may have it, they trying to figure out, is this something that is welcomed
right
in this environment?
Yeah, because you're gonna I
got to earn my stripes.
Yeah,
I got to, you know, and so that's why I say I feel like
hard.
that's what makes it hard, because you it's not a lot of buy-in as far as over 1 year.
Well, the next layer is commitment. Everyone buys into the team's direction. There you go.
Okay.
Decisions are supported even when not everyone agrees. So that's the tricky part. I feel like some of these are like, I think that what the author is trying to say is that they're best when they're stacked in this way. That if you have trust, then you can have healthy conflict. If you have healthy conflict, then you can have this commitment, which then leads to accountability, which are teammates challenge each other to meet the standard. Excellence becomes everyone's responsibility. And man, that's getting me fired up reading that one bullet point right there. Excellence becomes everyone's responsibility, because to me that is such a challenge. And even in our little micro environment in our home, like I feel like that's probably one thing I get annoyed by the most is like, everybody can live up to this standard. Like it doesn't have to be like mom and dad don't have to do all this stuff for you. Like you do it for yourself, you know? And so I'm like learning that as the kids get older, that I'm like, man, like, come on, y'all. Like we're better than this. You're better than this.
Do you think some of it is because excellence is defined differently according to different people?
What do you think it's defined as? I didn't answer your question, but I'm curious, like what?
Well, I guess what I've seen in some of the spaces that I've been in, we go about excellence different. But I think it's because we believe excellent. I mean, everybody's conviction about excellent is something different.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I think that, I mean, what do you think?
And it causes friction, because it's like we're 4 people saying we're being excellent, and we're doing 4 different things. It's like,
yeah, well, and in what spaces and in what ways? Like, so in our house, you know, the kids are doing really good in this area of responsibility or whatever, but it's like, you can clearly do this over here too. And so it's like, they might think that sometimes, I don't know, as an example, but I remember at Mississippi College, there's a coach there, Paul Allen Duke. Great guy, super supportive.
That's a great name.
I know.
That is a great name.
They call him PA.
Paul Allen Duke. Like that sounds like he's like a celebrity or something.
Yeah, he's pretty.
He goes by PA, which is great
PA.
because he's loud too. So
Yeah.
think about the PA on the PA
system.
today.
Yeah. So he would just get on to these girls about working hard. And I just remember thinking, just being around them, to your point, and I never voiced this to them, but like in their minds, they were working hard.
Yeah.
So he had some kind of, my interpretation of this, how this played out with his team is like, I feel like his picture of what working hard is different. So I imagine if he had found some film on like girls that look like they're working hard, if he had that to be able to show them, this is what I mean by working hard, because the girls would get upset. Like, we are working hard, you know? So I don't know. I feel like in the same way with excellence, it is like that. And that used to be kind of a burdensome word for me. It's not so much about being perfect or making sure that like, I mean, I just don't think that everything in my life can be perfect and the most excellent. But I mean, even in this paint project at home, we had the choice. We're peeling wallpaper off the back wall. And I'm like, we could either just paint over it, or we might be in this home a long time, but we also may sell it. Like at some point, this is not done right. So are we going to be the ones to leave the problem for someone else? Or are we going to do this right? So we peeled the wallpaper and we, you know, but it's like, that's the conviction for me is like, am I going to do this the right way? Like, it might not be the best that anybody ever in the planet Earth could do, but like, can I do this thing the right way and with great effort, you know? But I feel like Coach O'Connor is probably would you say he defines excellence?
He's big on the mindset and how you approach when you enter. Like, it's not a good day, it's a great day.
Yeah.
Like big things as you enter and what you're willing to give for the day. Like making sure you're doing that, making sure you're being a great teammate. Just like really opening up overall the awareness of why you're here and who this is for and where we are going.
Yeah.
And so individually, what are you doing to make the where we are going better? Like how are we going to go
And I
forward?
feel like that's excellence.
That is excellence.
Yes.
Like I think that
Yep.
excellence could be a little bit, you could get obsessive about doing things so excellent that you like, it's just too much. It's overwhelming. At least I felt that before, but it's like, it's not necessarily about completing a task all the time. It's just, it is your mindset. It's like, I'm going to decide that this is going to be done really well. Like, this is worth my time. I'm here. I'm going to make it worth it. I'm not
Yeah.
going to just pass through the motions. Or
Yeah, and he's big on the journey of the season and the ebbs and flows and the excellence in that. It's not winning all the time. It's we're going to mess up, but like the excellence in response, the excellence in
And
how
probably
we got to get back
consistency
up.
too. Like how consistent can we be
Yes.
in displaying these things?
And I think that makes the result take care of itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
But
if
you're
I
building men in
Yeah.
doing that. This is a long path thing for him. Like, he wants to win and he expects to win, and he's in a place where they expect to win.
yeah.
He totally gets that. But he's also going to do it the right way and not cheat it, not shortcut it, what he's trying to give to the guys.
But I also feel like the everyone's responsibility piece. There's a situation it was a learning opportunity, we've spent a lot of times with our kids this summer. So this is an example. Abby had to take care of a cat this summer, and it was a couple streets over, so she could bike every day. So a lot of times her and Eli would go over there. Well, one day she accidentally grabbed the wrong key. It looked very similar. The keychain looked very similar to our Explorer. So she grabbed the Explorer key, doesn't know it till she gets to the house. So she calls me and says, "Hey, I got the wrong key." She didn't say, "Hey, can you bring the other key?" In just saying, I brought the wrong key, I know she wants me to drive over there. Well, apparently, like I had probably just been re-inspired to like really parent hard.
Hold the standard.
Hold the standard. So I was like, all right, you're going to bike back over here and get the key then. And she was mad.
Yeah.
I could tell. She came in the house hot, as I would be too.
And it was hot.
And it was literally hot outside. So she gets the key. She goes back. And I was working. I mean, it's like one of those things like, yes, I could do this, but this is also, she has nothing else to do all day. Like, this will be a teaching opportunity. She gets back. And I sat her and our son down just for extra learning. I'm like, Eli, sit in on this convo, dude. You need this too. And I was just like, who were you mad at? Were you mad at yourself for leaving the key? Were you mad at me? And so we just talked through how like easy it is to like, it was actually her responsibility, but it was a natural human response to get mad at the person that didn't help. Like it was my responsibility.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I was like I would help you. I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but I wanted to give them an example of like, that's how easy it is to shift blame to somebody else and not just own it, because like you're making it someone else's problem that was not even involved at all.
And her going back to get it eventually is going to help her to have more of a push to get it right
the first
initially.
time. Right.
Yes. But then there were also times where she didn't really want to go do it.
Uh-huh.
Right? Or there's ways that she could do something halfway.
Yeah. Just
like, hey, can you just give me a ride to go do this? No, get on your bike and go do it. Like, I have things that I'm doing. Like, stop trying to cut the corners here. You have a responsibility to take care of this cat for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You're getting paid to do this for 2 weeks. Stop trying to shortcut this stuff. Stop trying to make Eli do it. Like, you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna tell you, I think that's great for you all for me to hear. Like, I'm serious, because I do believe that shortcut method, or allowing people to have moments where we're covering them, is keeping them from evolving. It's like it keeps them from hitting a level that is actually in you.
Right.
Because sometimes people think I can't because I haven't had to. But when you like, she's gonna appreciate this. Now, she don't like the feeling now.
I know,
but
and I don't like it either.
Yeah,
I'm like,
but
dude,
she's
my kid is ticked.
she's gonna appreciate this, because when you look back, I gotta. It's kind of remind me of my nephew now. He plays football for Tupelo, and Tupelo right now is the hot topic of Mississippi. Okay. Like for the last few years they've been putting out Division I players like they've become like a factory. Well, he's in the 11th grade, getting a chance to finally, like, he's starting, but he kind of feels behind because a lot of the other players in his grade have college looking at him, offers. And I was telling him, I said, you want to be able to do the work and be able to put in whatever you need to put in. So when you're looking at that person across from you, no matter how many stars they got, you can know with conviction, I put this work in. I know what levels I can reach because I've had to push through. I'm saying that because when I hear you talk about what you all are doing with your daughter and with your children, there'll be levels because life is going to present a place where you're going to feel, I didn't do this, I didn't do that, but I can't be mad at nobody. I can't expect nobody to, like, if I have somebody to help me, great. But I can't look like I can't always look for that because some people will be able to help and won't. Like they can help and literally refuse, and you have to be able to have it within you. No, I can get
I want
this done.
them to know that they're capable.
Yes.
I mean, obviously humble enough to ask for help.
Yes.
But also, like, you're not helpless here.
Yes.
Like, you have the resources to do something about this. And bonus, if, yes, I'm available and I can just bring you the key. Sure. Like, but yeah, and it's just hard. But I think that part of why, like, something had to have happened a day or two before that just, like, I don't even know that it was with them, but I feel like something just where I will have these moments where I will observe these types of things in society and it will just charge me up. And I'm like, my kids will not, like,
You shall not pass.
Yeah, I'm like, you will learn to point the finger at yourself, you know? So anyways, excellence becomes everyone's responsibility. I think that is, I'm sure a coach, any coach would love that.
I'm going to write that down. Excellence becomes your responsibility.
Becomes everyone's responsibility.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's so easy to, like, when there's a designated leader, to have expectation of that person, but still, like, cut yourself some slack or a break when really it's everyone's responsibility, you know?
I like that.
And so anyway, I like that, but that's part of accountability. And then the last one, and you said this earlier, is collective results. The team values shared success over individual statistics and recognition. So I think, you know, when you stack all those things, ultimately you can have that type of response is like, this is all of our shared success because we've all done this together. But it obviously starts with that trust that leads to healthy conflict, commitment, accountability, and then collective results. Pretty cool. So just a closing thought for living life in close quarters with others. Team cohesion isn't created when everyone becomes the same person. It's created when different people choose to trust one another, sacrifice for one another, and pursue something bigger than themselves. And I do think a lot of that hinges on some social cohesion because task, like, I just think if it's all focused on task, like, you're really not thinking outside of yourself. Like, it's just like, let's get this job done. I think having to be connected and work with others makes you think well beyond task, you know?
Yeah.
Don't you think?
100%.
Yeah. Anything else as we wrap up today?
I mean, it's how you grow.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can grow from completing tasks, but I think there's a cap on that.
Yeah.
I think there's a part where you've got to connect.
Yeah.
And, you know, introverted or extroverted, it doesn't matter. You know, it may be more of a need for an extroverted person, but connection is pivotal for growth and just maturity.
Yeah.
Emotional maturity, relational maturity, all those things. You can't gain those things through task.
Yeah.
Like, you can work together and you can get some of that, but doing it by yourself, it's pretty lonely.
Yeah.
You got to do it with others.
Yeah.
And then I think it's the challenge of evolving as a person and realizing that life is not just about you, not just what you can accomplish, but also what you can help others accomplish, what others can help you accomplish. And it opens you up to not, I'm just going to say, to be selfless. You don't have to be as selfish. And then realizing, like, I always go back to this because I think it's one of the best slogans I've heard where, Justin, you said, a year or two ago, created to be connected. Like we're created to be connected. And when you start, like the people that I see that look like they're enjoying life, who are the people who have literally understood that it's not just about what I can do, but what I like. I'm a piece to a bigger puzzle.
Yeah.
And having those moments. And I feel like teams give you that opportunity, but there still has to be an intentionality, where it's not about, I think about if you're a pitcher, well, when you were pitching, you're on the mound, you're getting in the games, but you got a freshman who may have to redshirt, but spending those extra reps after practice, not about you sharpening what you're doing, but also realizing I have a responsibility to make sure when this guy comes and it's his time, he's ready.
Yeah.
So I'm teaching, I'm showing, giving him whatever it is that my time, and I feel like those are the beauty of being a part of teams. It's not just, like you said, winning a championship or winning whatever. It's literally, man, I saw this person start the year struggling, and then by the end of the year, they was able to become this, and we helped them. And that's, and so I really enjoyed this one. This was one of my, because it caused me to do a lot of personal reflection.
Yeah.
Am I helping others? Am I growing myself? Am I task driven, or am I people driven? Like, is this a me thing or this is a we thing? Like, and so I've enjoyed a lot of this. I'm gonna take a lot of this and apply it ASAP.
And maybe, I'm gonna have to look into this Big Five personality test. Maybe we'll come back and have some answers next week.
Well, it's messy. This is all messy too.
Yeah.
So it's
there's no
not
clear cut way to.
Yeah.
No.
And I think that this is crazy. I didn't do any research on this, but like to accomplish what he says and this is one leadership perspective. Gosh, there's a bajillion leadership books out there, but
He's a bajillion.
like insane amount. But like to accomplish this in a short time, is it even possible? So it's like getting, I think that foundation of trust is like the biggest thing. And I think a good goal to work towards as a team, because hopefully the others will take care of themselves as a result of that. But that's a lot, like, to try to accomplish when things change so quickly and people move in and out so fast. But
pray for these coaches.
Yeah.
Wow.
No joke. But of course, we always thank you for listening, and we're going to start FCA in a few weeks. I believe August 24th should be the first day that we have a gathering on campus. Yeah. Just as a welcome event. And so we look forward to that. And so once we get into the semester, we'll talk about some of the topics that we're talking about at the huddle, so that we can, expand on that a little bit.
Yeah. You gave a shout out to Mary Ashley for getting married, and I need to give a shout out to Jay Zavakowski out there.
Yes.
Jay is recently married, and that happened quick too.
Yeah.
That guy found his girl and locked her up. And it sounds bad, but like Jay is special. Jay was one of our guests here. Yeah. Jay spent a year here at State and left an impact, and we miss him already.
Great guy.
Miss him already. But, just want to shout out Jay and just for who he is. And, we're blessings on to you and your marriage.
And that is one of the special things about, I know that change is hard and a lot of transitions happen at this, in college and at this level, but it is awesome that we get our paths cross with so many incredible people that we get to meet. And so we're thankful for that. And thankful for you for listening. So come back and join us next week. Thanks for listening to the Created to Be podcast. To learn more about Mississippi State FCA, visit www.msufca.org and follow us on Instagram at HailStateFCA_. And check out our new Instagram for podcast content at Created to Be Podcast. If you would like to become a financial partner, visit www.fca.org/donate to sow into the work God is doing through FCA at Mississippi State.